Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I come here today with news I never expected to be able to share with you. Justice Sonia Sotomayor is no longer the stupidest member of the United States Supreme Court. I never saw that coming. I am completely floored by it. I had no expectation this day would arrive, and yet Sonia Sotomayor has had enough of Ketanji Brown Jackson. Yesterday, the Supreme Court, in an 8-1 decision, ruled that the President of the United States of America can go forward with firing federal employees. The question before the United States Supreme Court was not as to whether or not the layoff plans were legal. The question was whether or not they were even allowed to formulate layoff plans. Ketanji Brown Jackson dissented. She's the only one. Elena Kagan and Sotomayor sided with the majority. Justice Jackson argued that the president can't restructure federal agencies in a manner inconsistent with congressional mandate. And this is where Sonia Sotomayor decided to write a concurrence. She didn't have to. The order itself from the court was unsigned and very short, but Sotomayor has had enough of Justice Jackson, and she writes this: I agree with Justice Jackson that the president cannot restructure federal agencies in a manner inconsistent with congressional mandates. Here, however, the relevant executive order directs agencies to plan reorganizations and reductions in force, quote, consistent with applicable law. The plans themselves are not before the court at this stage, and we thus have no occasion to consider whether they can and will be carried out consistent with the constraints of the law. I joined the court's stay because it leaves the district court free to consider those questions in the first instance. In other words, Justice Jackson dissents because she says what Donald Trump wants to do is unconstitutional and violates federal law, and Justice Sotomayor is responding, we haven't seen what Donald Trump wants to do yet, you idiot.